This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for October 1, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, cops on guard duty during alleged rapist escape removed from frontline duty. The police high command has revealed that the two officers on guard duty at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where alleged rapist Troy Ellis escaped custody on Sunday morning, have been removed from frontline duty with immediate effect. In a release on Sunday, the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit said a full report on the incident is expected to be submitted to the Commissioner of Police by the end of day. The circumstances of Ellis's escape are now the subject of a major investigation by the Inspectorate and the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau. A manhunt was launched for Ellis after he escaped police custody while undergoing treatment at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. Ellis is facing rape and murder charges following the killing of 8-year-old Talia Thompson. Young Talia was allegedly raped and murdered on Saturday, September 23, by the man who is said to be a close family friend. He was taken to hospital after reportedly shooting himself and inflicting several stab wounds to his body in an attempted suicide. In the meantime, the police are asking residents in the immediate environs of the hospital or anyone with information about the whereabouts of this escapee to report any suspicious activity to the police at 119, to Crime Stop at 311, or to the NIB tip line at 811. They also warned that residents should expect to see a heavy police presence in the space and are being asked to cooperate with the authorities. Persons are reminded that harboring a felon is a crime. Two men gunned down moments apart in St. Anne. Two men were shot and killed moments apart in Civil Heights, St. Anne's Bay in St. Anne on Sunday morning. The deceased are 37-year-old Tyrone Duffus, a laborer, and 40-year-old Jay Grant, otherwise called Rooster, an electrician, both of Civil Heights addresses. According to police reports, around 12:05 a.m., Duffus was at a shop in the community when he was pounced upon by gunmen who shot him several times. Lawmen say the gunmen then went to Grant's home in close proximity to the shop, kicked open his door, and opened fire at him. The police were called to both scenes of crime. Duffus and Grant were taken to a hospital where they were pronounced dead. Police are yet to establish a motive for the killing. November 9 committal hearing for triple murder accused. The St. James Parish Court has set a committal hearing date of November 9 in the case of 28-year-old Wesley Reed, who is charged in connection with a triple murder in Roehampton, St. James. The hearing will determine whether or not there is sufficient evidence to transfer the case from the parish court to circuit court. He is jointly charged with his brother, Nitson Reed, with 3 counts of murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The brothers were charged in connection with an incident that took place at a section of the Roehampton community known as the Mars of Gaza Lane. It resulted in the deaths of 3 cousins, 38-year-old supermarket worker Conroy Beanie Lawrence, shopkeeper Chevon Kong Gordon, and 50-year-old Carl Leslie Shotta Morris. Wesley Reed received the committal hearing date when he appeared before presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley on Friday, and his bail was extended until November 9. Meanwhile, the court was told that the case file for Nitson Reed was substantially complete, so a committal hearing date could not be set for him. He was remanded in police custody and is also scheduled to appear in court again on November 9. Police said that about 9:20 p.m. on June 2, residents reportedly heard explosions and alerted them. Upon their arrival, Gordon and Lawrence were seen lying beside a shop with chop wounds to their heads, while Morris was seen nearby with gunshot wounds. Cuban woman convicted of immigration breach sentencing on November 13. A Cuban national accused of presenting a Cuban passport and alien registration certificate to apply for an extension of stay for her husband has been found guilty. Presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley found Ariada Perez Lopez guilty of 2 counts of uttering a forged document in the St. James Parish Court on Friday. However, she will have to wait another 6 weeks to find out what fate has in store for her. Throughout the proceedings, Lopez's demeanor demonstrated a sense of calm and poise as the judge responded to the prosecution's case. On July 12, her legal counsel Michael Hemmings filed a no-case submission in which he stated that the Crown presented no evidence that she knowingly uttered the forged documents with the intent to deceive. The attorney also referred to the testimony of Marie Lou, Deputy Director of Jamaica's Passport Immigration and the Citizenship Agency, who stated in her testimony that she could distinguish between authentic and fraudulent stamps based on her 22 years of experience, on-the-job training, and a special training to reach an informed conclusion that a stamp is fraudulent. The security manager's testimony was also highlighted, in which he stated that he was able to determine the authenticity of a document due to his years of experience and training, as well as the use of machinery, and who agreed that a layperson could obtain a certificate of registration and be unaware that the stamps endorsed are fraudulent. Before delivering her verdict, Smith Ashley emphasized that Lopez's familiarity with the process and the previous genuine extensions indicated a level of understanding and awareness of the legal requirements. According to the judge, the procedure was not followed, an application was not submitted, an interview was not conducted, and there was no record of her visiting the office, contrary to what she indicated in her statement. I find that from all the circumstances, there is a reasonable and inescapable inference of guilty knowledge. I find that she knew the endorsement and the stamp were forged. I am satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt of that, and so I find her guilty on both accounts, Smith Ashley said. The judge described the situation as sad because she had been in Jamaica since she was young, and her mother has a status in Jamaica, and she could not understand why her situation was not rectified. The judge then requested a social inquiry report and postponed the sentencing until November 13. Lopez's bail was extended. According to the allegations presented to the court on January 10, Lopez presented a Cuban passport and alien registration certificate to PICO in Montego Bay, St. James, to regularize her husband's status, and the fraudulent stamps were discovered inside both documents. 3 St. James citizens are in the process of making full restitution after they deceived the Montego Bay businessman in a check scam, duping him out of more than $2.1 million. The defendants, Damien Green, Nathaniel Headley, and Lorraine Ferguson, had gone through restorative justice and agreed to pay the complainant $300,000 on the first of each month. In a previous hearing, the complainant told the court that the defendants were taking too long to make a full restitution. During the hearing in the St. James Parish Court on Friday, Headley handed over $29,000, Green handed over $20,000, and Ferguson handed over $15,000, although the complainant was not present in court. It is unclear how much money is still owed. After the funds were handed over to the court, Presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley rescheduled the case for October 30 and extended the defendant's bails. Headley allegedly went to a Montego Bay business establishment on December 22, 23, and 29 last year to encash checks in the name of Anthony Williams, then returned on December 30 to encash 4 more checks, which aroused the complainant's suspicions. All of the checks were later discovered to be fraudulent. Headley admitted to the complainant that he was not Anthony Williams and that the driver's license he used to encash the checks was similarly forged. He also confessed that the proceeds from the earlier transactions were split between him, Green, and another defendant who was cleared of the charge in a previous court appearance. It is alleged that the link was made through Ferguson, who was employed to the company and had access to the company's checks. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.